What you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
Hey everybody, this is Dr. Matt, and this is Take Back Your Health podcast, where we talk about all things health and ways to help you be the best version of you. Hey everybody, this is Dr. Matt. This is Take Back Your Health podcast, and I'm here with a special guest friend of mine, Dr. Jacob Shepard with the Sports Doc. Jacob, nice to see you.
Good to be here.
So, real quick, for people that may not know who you are, tell us a little bit about the Sports Doc.
Yeah, so I started the Sports Doc physical therapy in, I think it was 2022. I kind of always forget the exact date. So August.
So kind of when I started my practice.
August of 2022. So this August will be 3 years deep.
Oh, yeah. Woo!
Started, yeah, right. Yeah, but it's always fun to hear the facts about some businesses that fail so early, and then hey, we're one of the few that make it, right?
That's right.
But yeah, started in a CrossFit gym. Actually, I rented a small 150 square foot room in a CrossFit gym, and would see people in that office. And then if we needed to do any active things, we went out in the gym, and I was blessed to have that space where they allowed me to go out there and treat people. So it was a good setup for a little while, but I thought it was time to kind of move on and get my own space. So was in that room for a little over 2.5 years, and now have been in the new space for coming up on 3 months, I think.
It's been 3 months? Wow.
Yeah, March 3rd.
And you're never there.
Yeah, hey, you spend so much time when you get a little break. You want to get out of there sometimes.
I give Jacob a hard time because he's always busy and I never see him, so that's why I said that. But yeah, he moved. You just moved locations, which is great because now you're a lot more visible for people
Right.
that didn't know you existed before. So getting into that, obviously you're a physical therapist. You work with a lot of athletes, especially. But how do you feel like you differ in the world of PT compared to like your typical physical therapist?
Right. So we're what you call an out-of-network provider.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you'll start to see a lot more of these popping up. I think you're out-of-network as well.
But most of us are nowadays. I think that's the way the world's going.
You're a little bit pigeonholed sometimes into what you can actually do. And I like to tell some people I get on the phone with that in your typical PT clinic, and there are good clinics out there. They're still limited in a certain way, but in a typical clinic, you're going to get like 10, 15 minutes of one-on-one time with your PT, and then they're going to give you some exercise, and they might start with another person. So you're not really getting a lot of progression or regression as efficiently as possible. So that's where we differ a lot, is we spend a whole hour of one-on-one time with those people, taking them through every exercise that we give them, making sure they're doing it correctly and they're progressing appropriately.
So it's more individual based.
Exactly. Yeah. I think, and it's not necessarily like the PTs that are in that setting's fault. I think it's more of a system problem where they're pushing a certain amount of productivity, and they have to, if you're having to see 20 people a day, you're not able to spend that amount of time with them. So you're going to have to kind of push them off and put them on a bike or give them a certain exercise or something like that. So that's where I feel like we differ the most, is just the individual aspect and spending all that one-on-one time with them.
Awesome. But what do you like to mainly focus on with your clients? Because I know some PTs have their realms that they like to dabble in, but what do you, obviously being a sports doc, I would assume you like working with athletes.
We actually work with no athletes. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. You just like the name.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm assuming you like working with a lot of athletes. So what do you mainly like to focus on, I should say, with clients, as far as what's a good referral for you? I guess let's word it like that.
Okay, so focus as in like, so what population we like to see. We see 100% athletes and active adults, athletes of any level. And active adults, a lot of people I'll get on the phone with, they're like, oh, that's not me. But some of them, they're wanting to figure it out. They're wanting to get into some kind of fitness routine or something.
Athletes,
right, exactly. Yeah. And those people that are motivated to be active are included in that active population, and those are people we want to see as well. As far as population wise, outside of that, I personally see a lot of fitness athletes like CrossFitters, people who go to Burn Boot Camp and other group fitness locations like that, and baseball players. So I see some LR baseball players, CBC baseball players, a lot of collegiate baseball players, and some like high school, middle school age baseball players.
Gotcha. Any like high level athletes do you see, like Olympic or like
Yeah. So a fun one that I've had before. I have seen someone that was a finalist in American Ninja Warrior. So that's not like
okay.
baseball, but that was fun. But I have seen people in professional baseball as well.
I'd say that's a little bit more intense.
My job before I opened my own business was I worked for a company in Raleigh, a really good company called Be Young Physical Therapy. They work with a ton of baseball players from every level, from like major league teams all the way down to your little league baseball. So
awesome. So as far as a physical therapist and working with athletes, they have their own issues and struggles, but what do you usually find are some common problems that you usually see a lot in your practice, or that, and also what are some issues that you usually have some pretty good success rate with?
Sure. So with my past working with primarily baseball players, I would say my specialty is in the shoulder elbow range.
Gotcha. I hate the shoulder.
We see people, yeah,
Shoulders
it's
are
tough. There's a lot going on there.
Shoulders are a very complex joint.
There's a lot going on there, and a lot of people it's complicated, and a lot of people, it takes a minute to get them better. And because you're always using your shoulders, especially in these fitness group settings where you're doing a lot of pull-ups and stuff, and especially in baseball, you can't throw without using your shoulder. So did that answer your question? I think I missed the question.
Well, no, there's no crying in baseball. That was what popped in my head every time you say baseball.
Great movie.
But no, yeah, I see some shoulder issues. I actually just had a patient that I just was able to help with her frozen shoulder. Do you see some frozen shoulders and stuff like that in your practice?
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's a common one. I hate frozen. I hate shoulders like that. They're a pain to work with for me and for the patient, but definitely. But do you see a lot of like plantar fasciitis or like some the tennis elbow, pickleball? I should call pickleball elbow around here nowadays. Nobody plays tennis anymore. Everybody plays pickleball. You see a lot of pickleball players?
A lot of the fitness athletes actually get into pickleball, and because it's something fun to do, it's competitive, So yes, we'll have the knee and the elbow pains that come from pickleball. So in those realms, it's generally like the bigger joints, like your shoulder, your elbow, hip, knee, a lot of low backs. I do see the plantar fasciitis, some hand stuff trickle in, but in those settings that I market to and I'm a specialist at, I would say it kind of keeps in those bigger joints.
That's what I was kind of getting to. Like as far as PT goes, what do you consider yourself a specialist in, or what do you enjoy doing? Which I'm assuming athletes, that's what you enjoy doing. But you don't need a referral to see you, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
And I think most people don't realize that. But like for me, for you don't need a referral to come see us.
Right.
We help people. We can help people day one. Now, you work with athletes, obviously, but you don't strictly limit yourself to athletes, obviously. I mean, somebody's grandma could come to see you if they wanted to, right?
Yeah.
But you kind of function more toward athletes, because what I was getting towards is you help people with these issues, but you also like to do a more holistic approach, I think, because you do more whole body as one, because you like to help people look at their form and help to improve their form. So I think I just sent a patient to you recently. I don't know if you've reached out to her or not, but she does a lot. She is a very active person. And
ultra runner.
Exactly. Yeah, she's a runner. The runners are crazy. But she is an example of somebody that you would look at and say, okay, I'm having a little bit of pain when I run, but also I want you to see how I run and see if you can help me figure out my form so I'm not causing damage long term, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah. And that's kind of I'm assuming what you do with your patients. You're not just fixing a shoulder. You're trying to say, okay, lift for me, do some bench presses, and so that way I can see how you're. Oh, well, that's your problem right there. That's what's causing your issue.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything that you have trouble doing, we will watch you do it. In my current space, since I've moved, it's gotten harder with runners because in the other space, I could have them run and I could video it. I just don't have the space right now to have them run.
Back and
so
forth.
once I get a treadmill like that,
okay.
that will happen.
I didn't think you had a treadmill. I thought you had one.
Yeah. So I didn't need one in the other space because I could just have them run and I could watch it, and I could video, slow-mo video from the side view, from behind and in front of them. And but in the near future, when that treadmill comes, we'll be seeing a lot more running for him in there.
No, but I think that's cool, and that's the whole point, is the fact that you not only can help them with their pain, but you can also help their form.
Yep.
Which is ultimately what causes the pain. If you have bad form, you're going to start having problems. If your car is out of alignment and you don't ignore it and you just keep letting it do that, eventually it's going to wear the car out, and and that's the whole point. That's the whole point.
Yeah, if there's a baseball player that's hurting throwing, I'm going to watch him throw and make sure it looks good. If there's a lifter that's hurting squat, I'm going to watch him squat, make sure that looks good. If it's a CrossFitter that has trouble snatching, we're going to watch the snatch and make sure that looks good. And if there's something that looks off, we're going to fix it. Hopefully that makes them feel better.
And it's pretty cool that you have the set to do that, because I'm not an expert in the world of PT, but I don't know of a lot of PTs that really do that.
They're out there. There's not as many in this area.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's
for
what
sure.
helps you shine. That's what makes you different. Now, getting into that, like, I know obviously you provide PT, but what other services do you offer? Because you do way more than just PT.
Yeah, so I call it kind of performance PT. The reason for that is that we see people at just a little bit higher level. Like I said, we're going to watch different movements that your typical PT does. So we can also take it a step farther than just getting you out of pain. And we always do. We take it to the point of like, okay, now we're going to prepare you so that you can withstand all the things that you're going to deal with in your workouts or in your sport. So we're going to strengthen you up to a point where you don't have to worry about that anymore. Because a lot of times that's what the issue was. You probably weren't either mobile or strong enough to withstand whatever you were doing. So we're going to put you past that point. So strictly for getting people out of pain, I mean, there's lots of things we do, like the typical modalities like cupping, dry needling, scraping, or like a type of massage basically. And then usually after
taping.
that,
do you do taping?
No, I can. I don't do a lot of it.
I thought you did taping.
Yeah. I feel like it's not one of those, like, if somebody needs it, we'll do it.
Gotcha.
But it's not one of those long-term things. So I like to give people things that they can take home and do themselves for one,
Gotcha.
so that they can help themselves a little bit. On top of that, or you want to talk about Rachel? Or
Well, yeah, we can. Yeah, we dive in. Yeah, we can. I was
because you said services, so I was like, well, she's a service.
Into that
I guess.
next. But I was waiting for you to finish any other services. But yeah, we can talk about Rachel.
Gotcha. So we also have a pelvic health physical therapist or a women's health physical therapist on staff, and she works with pregnant and postpartum women. So with any issues they could have before or after pregnancy, a lot of times you can lose some. I call it like coordination of the pelvic floor or your diaphragm or so she would be better to have here to explain a lot of these things.
No, she
back
was
pain,
supposed
hip
to be
pain,
here, but she had a patient, so
which is a good thing. Back pain, hip pain, like those things that can come with children.
Well, like I say, I deal with patients with that too. Pregnancy is another game in itself, because your body goes through a pretty rapid change and then it goes back into it. Then you have to figure out how to recover after having this, and everything's a lot looser and moves too much. And,
sure.
Yeah. So that's great that you have somebody in house that you can refer to. So it's kind of like your little one-stop shop for
fitness and health related things.
For fitness and health. And that's what I say. I think that's what makes you separate from other PTs, because obviously there's some really good PTs around here, and they help with injury, and some of them do some sports performance, but I think you are mainly focused with that, which I think is where you shine, where your specialty is.
Yeah.
For people that are, like I say, athletic or they're wanting to be athletic. Like, I want to get out there. I want to start doing this, but I don't know how, and I don't want to injure myself, because I'm sure you understand that most people, when they want to try to do something new, they don't really research it, and they just assume that they're good, and they go do it, and then they pull something, rip something, break something. And then you get to see them anyway, but not in a good way. But coming to see you first before it's like, hey, I want to start playing pickleball, I want to start running, or I'm training for this marathon, or, I want to start CrossFit or whatever. They can come to you first, and you can kind of give them some evaluation and kind of see, okay, you need to work on this before we could probably start doing this.
Sure. Yeah. And one thing along those same lines that we do is we do movement screens for a lot of the fitness athletes. So somebody who's getting into a gym, like a CrossFit gym or Burn Boot Camp or something like that, we take them through like a total body. It's an hour long. We take them through a total body, like mobility, strength assessment, and then we watch certain movements that they'll be doing in the gym, like a squat, overhead squat, things like that, and make sure that it all looks good. And we'll take the things that we found, like, hey, you're lacking mobility here that could cause an injury. You're lacking some strength here, which we think you could fix here. And in this motion, you probably need to fix this. And then what we do is we come up with a plan, like, hey, let's work on these things. Let's come in maybe a couple of weeks, let's make sure they're right. If not, we'll work on it again. But if so, we'll progress that a little farther. So it's like a few month progression so that you're not going to get hurt in whatever you're starting to do. Yeah,
but of course, I mean, you can't do anything overnight. And that actually kind of lead into my other question as we get close to wrapping up here. But if I was a new client coming into you, what would I expect, I guess, for like first visit evaluation? You kind of explained a little bit of it, I think, already, but for somebody that wanted to make an appointment with you or thinking about getting in contact with you, kind of give them an idea of what they would be getting into if they started care with you.
Sure. Yeah. It always starts, no one can actually book with me without talking to me first. So I'm going to get on the phone with you, make sure that you have some solid goals, like what do you want to get back to, and make sure that we're a good fit for each other.
Yeah,
right.
That's always a good
thing. And I make sure everyone's on the same page. Like, hey, we see 100% athletes and active adults, and I'll let them know, like, you're included in that. If they're one of those people I was talking about earlier that's trying to get into something.
Just because you're not a CrossFitter doesn't mean you can't be active.
So it all starts with that first phone call, trying to get everybody on the same page, and if everything sounds good to them, and they want to move forward, we'll get them on the schedule. And that first visit, we'll kind of dive into what they've been dealing with, look at everything as far as like mobility, strength, movement, and then come up with a plan. And if they commit to that plan, we'll move forward. And it is individual. I can't really give you like, hey, exactly like this for everyone.
I do
that's
the same
gist
thing.
of it.
I just know that I have found that most people, when they're trying to look at starting care or starting a new journey with a healthcare practitioner like that, they kind of want to know what they're getting into, because most people have the mindset of, they're all the same. PT is PT, but PT is not PT, just like chiropractic is not just chiropractic. And I'm assuming it's the same for Rachel. If patients wanted to schedule with her for the pelvic floor, I'm assuming it's the same kind of process. Gotcha.
Yep. And if on that first phone call, it's free. It's a free phone call. It's 15 minutes. We get on the phone with you, hear what you've been dealing with. If we are not the right fit for each other, I do have some other referrals in the area that I'll send you to. Just the other day, someone called and wanted some more like personal training type of care.
You don't do personal training?
We can, like as physical therapists, like we're definitely
gotcha.
we can.
Oh, you can. Okay.
We're educated enough to do that, to program people. But my passion is getting people out of pain and getting back into the things they want to do.
Gotcha.
So I thought, hey, I know a personal trainer. Let me call her, and I think that'll be a good person for you, because you're not hurt right now. You just need someone to see you a few times a week, get you in a good routine to work back, and I think that'd be a better fit for you. So we always recommend the best fit, whether it's us or someone else.
Awesome. So real quick here, wrapping up, if somebody did want to make an appointment with you or give you that phone call and see how you're going to help them, how would they do that? What's your social media address, like where are you located, all that good stuff? Yeah,
you can reach out on any of our social media platforms. We're the sports doc PT on every platform, Facebook, Instagram. Instagram is probably the best option of those two, because that's where I do all my posting. I just post to both. But our website, thesportstalkpt.com, there's a link that says book a call, and that's the link you want to press, because that's where it all starts anyway. If you press any of the other links and fill out the forms, we'll get in contact with you and say, let's get on a call.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Got to go through that call first.
Yeah.
He's if you come to his office, you'll find out he's got the he's the unique one. He's got the big square cards. He don't have the rectangle business cards.
And they feel nice.
I always give him a hard time for having the the business cards that don't fit in the wallets.
Because that's where you got to look at them the whole time. You can't hide them in your wallet.
You got to hold them. You got to hold them. Well, appreciate you coming out. Anything else that you'd like to mention to somebody that's thinking about getting out there or looking at PT or wondering if PT is a good fit for them or something like that?
Yeah, if you've been dealing with something for a little while, like get in touch with somebody, whether it's me or someone else, Dr. Matt. You just don't want those things to become a long-term disability. So it's early.
No.
It's important to take care of it early on, so it doesn't take longer later.
No, that's absolutely correct. That's why I try to tell people you don't wait, because if you wait, that's the worst thing you can do. Because most people think it'll just go away on its own, and it doesn't. The body just compensates usually, and unfortunately, it compensates in bad ways, which I'm sure you see that on a daily basis with people. Like, why are you doing that when you're walking? It's like, well, that's just I can't move this hip, so this hip has to do that. It's like, well, that's the problem.
Right.
But yeah, I appreciate you coming out.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
If you'd like to learn more about what you just heard, or if you're interested in scheduling an appointment to see how chiropractic can help you, visit our website at newdirectionschiropractic-nc.com. Be sure to follow our social media page for more information on how to be a better you. And be sure to subscribe to our podcast.
You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.